KPMG, one of the world's 4 largest audit firms, has published a 12-page brochure in which the influential consulting company describes the impact of Bitcoin on the environment and society. Titled Bitcoin's Role in the ESG Imperative, the report aims to explore opportunities for companies or governments to incorporate Bitcoin to enhance sustainability and ethical practices. The report explains significant use cases of Bitcoin and their ESG impacts while dispelling common misconceptions. ESG stands for environmental, social, and governance, which are terms that have gained increasing importance due to the challenges of climate change. However, some people view them critically as they are often used for marketing purposes or political agendas. The report is structured around these ESG categories. The first section focuses on the environmental impact of Bitcoin, specifically Bitcoin mining, and its role in emissions reduction. After a brief explanation of Bitcoin mining, the report notes that Bitcoin mining, much like electric cars, does not emit direct emissions Scope 1 emissions except for some exceptions. Indirect emissions Scope 2 emissions occur during the generation of necessary electricity. Compared to other industries, Bitcoin mining is responsible for only 0.55% of the world's electricity consumption, with an annual electricity usage of 110 terawatt-hours. Indeed, the resulting indirect emissions from Bitcoin mining are significantly lower than those of many other industries. However, the ultimate goal of all stakeholders is to completely eliminate emissions. To achieve this objective, the report describes 4 strategies. Renewable energy sources represent a significant economic aspect for Bitcoin mining companies, as a large portion of their costs is attributed to electricity. The most cost-effective electricity is often associated with renewable energy sources, though it may not be available round the clock. However, Bitcoin mining facilities can be established anywhere and can act as flexible loads, dynamically adjusting to excess supply and demand. This capability could potentially promote the expansion of further capacities for renewable energy sources. In addition to consuming excess supply, the dynamic adjustment of flexible loads also works during electricity scarcity. During times of high demand, the energy consumption of Bitcoin miners can be quickly reduced. As a result, power grids and electricity prices can be stabilized. As Bitcoin mining machines ASICs convert electricity into electroheat, generating significant temperatures, various concepts have been developed to harness this waste heat. For instance, some Bitcoin miners are directly used or integrated into existing piping systems, where the exhaust heat from the miners is directed to heat residential houses, greenhouses, or other commercial properties. Companies like Mint Green are already operating digital boilers in Vancouver, Canada, in collaboration with the energy provider Lonsdale Energy Corp, heating 100 houses or portions of the city. Furthermore, with the use of a heat exchanger, it is even possible to heat water, which could ultimately be employed to heat swimming pools or other applications. One of the major contributors to climate change is the greenhouse gas methane CH4, emitted, for example, during oil and gas extraction or on landfill sites. Often, it is burned in a process called flaring to mitigate its harmful climate effects. According to a study, the energy from flared gas in the USA and Canada could power the entire Bitcoin network. Companies like Crusoe Energy have specialized in utilizing this gas for Bitcoin mining and have partnered with major corporations like Exxon to monetize the waste product and reduce emissions. Other companies such as Vespine Energy or Nodal Power directly convert methane produced from landfill decomposition into electricity for Bitcoin mining without flaring it. The KPMG report has aptly recognized and summarized the benefits of mobile and modular data centers used for Bitcoin mining or other temporary computations like artificial intelligence. These innovations offer great potential for addressing environmental concerns and optimizing energy usage. In this context, the report aims to dispel the misconception that Bitcoin is predominantly used for criminal activities due to its pseudonymous nature. According to a Chainalysis report, only 0.24% of cryptocurrency transactions are associated with illegal activities, with Bitcoin's share being significantly lower than other crypto assets. The fact that all transactions are permanently recorded and visible on the blockchain would make illicit activities with Bitcoin more challenging. Additionally, there are analysis firms that work to counter such activities. Converting Bitcoin into fiat currency often involves extensive KYC Know Your Customer and anti-money laundering measures. Furthermore, there are other aspects that Bitcoin can offer to the general public, such as facilitating easy money transfers and project financing, providing access to electricity, and promoting financial inclusion. These aspects demonstrate the broader potential benefits of Bitcoin beyond its reputation in some circles. Indeed, Bitcoin offers money transfers that are more cost-effective, faster, and easier than other payment networks. This is especially valuable in developing countries where people lack the financial infrastructure and privileges found in industrialized nations. Traditional money transfers often come with high fees, long waiting times, distant location, and risks such as theft. With Bitcoin, one can quickly and easily transfer funds using just a mobile phone with internet access. Another aspect is the ability to efficiently and rapidly fund projects or collect donations. During the Russia-Ukraine conflict, cryptocurrency donations facilitated the transmission of $70 million within 2 days. This showcases how Bitcoin can enable swift and efficient fundraising, contributing to various causes and initiatives. The report highlights that more than 770 million people lack access to electricity due to insufficient infrastructure. Bitcoin miners offer the potential to finance several small power plants that generate electricity from renewable energy sources for remote rural regions. This, in turn, helps to keep electricity prices at an affordable level. Companies like Gridless, for example, establish such mining facilities in rural areas of Kenya and Malawi, utilizing renewable energy sources to provide electricity access to underserved communities. More than 1.4 billion people lack access to financial services. In Afghanistan, women are often prohibited from opening a bank account, necessitating alternative solutions. Women's rights activist and entrepreneur Roya Mahbub turned to Bitcoin, using it to pay her employees at Citadel Software. Some of her employees had to flee the Taliban, and they were able to take their wealth out of the country using their Bitcoin seed phrases. Bitcoin also serves as a means to escape the devaluation of assets and purchasing power caused by hyperinflation in collapsing local currencies. For example, in early 2021, Turkey experienced hyperinflation, and Bitcoin provided a way for people to preserve their wealth. Chainalysis reported that during that time, Turkey had the world's fourth largest transaction volume in cryptocurrencies. Bitcoin can be an essential tool in providing financial security and access to opportunities for individuals in situations where traditional financial systems may be limited or unstable. In the final section of the KPMG report, the focus is on the decentralization of the Bitcoin network and the rules encoded in its code, such as the maximum number of Bitcoin, difficulty adjustment, or block size. These rules can only be changed through the consensus of all participants. A potential fork in the network was anticipated in 2015 during the block size wars and was eventually executed in 2017. Numerous entities advocated for increasing the block size to allow for more transactions per second. However, the Bitcoin rule set was not modified. and a new protocol with a larger block size called Bitcoin Cash BCH was created. Nevertheless, this protocol could not overcome the dominance of the original Bitcoin protocol. Additionally, changes to the data stored in the blockchain are not possible. The blockchain is stored in a decentralized manner, with each participant node possessing its own copy of the blockchain, which is continuously verified and updated. Manipulating the data is almost impossible. The management of the Bitcoin network is integrated into the system and cannot be abused, ensuring a robust and reliable operation of the network based on decentralized consensus and transparency. The KPMG report provides a comprehensive summary of the positive impact of Bitcoin on the environment and society. It emphasizes how economic activities can affect the lives of all people and illustrates how Bitcoin can contribute to achieving humanity's goals related to climate, energy production, and financial inclusion. Environmental activist Daniel Batten and human rights activist Alex Gladstein praise KPMG's analysis. Furthermore, the report demonstrates that one of the world's most renowned firms no longer views Bitcoin solely as part of its financial reserves but recognizes it as a positive factor for a better future. Following the lead of institutions like BlackRock and the IMF, KPMG's institutional acceptance of Bitcoin is advancing further. This report, along with KPMG's advisory role for numerous large companies and corporations, contributes to shaping opinions about Bitcoin's potential. As institutional adoption continues to progress, we can eagerly anticipate which company or even which country will be the next to embrace Bitcoin as part of their strategies.